The streets of Mushin were always alive, no matter the hour. Horns blared in the distance, street hawkers shouted in sync with pounding music from battered loudspeakers, and the familiar smell of roasted corn and wet sand mixed with the scent of old drain water. Life here was loud, sweaty, and stubborn. Our family house stood along a narrow street near Ojuwe Market, hidden behind a rusty iron gate that creaked like it carried secrets. It was once a proud building, 2 stories high, painted lemon green, but over the years, it faded to a dull, bruised brown. The walls were cracked with stories no one dared to tell. The compound was small, just enough to fit 2 rickety cars, a line of worn slippers, and Mama's overgrown scent leaf garden that had turned into a wild bush. Inside that house, I had grown up quietly. My name is Adeji, the middle child nobody noticed unless something went wrong. Femi, my elder brother, had always been the golden one. Big voice, big dreams, and big fists. My younger sister, Sod, was the star, the smart one, the soft one, Papa's favorite. I was just Ao. I studied accounting at Yabitek, worked at a cyber cafe during the day and balanced books for a car parts dealer at night. I lived small, moved small, and asked for nothing. When Papa died, something in the air changed. The house didn't mourn, no, it tightened, like it knew a storm was coming. We gathered in the sitting room for the reading of the will. And Dupe, the family lawyer, read it in a flat voice. Everyone expected Papa to leave everything to Femi. He was the first son, the lion. But then, like a slap in silence, she read out, "To my son, Adeji, who never asked for anything, I leave the house and the land in Popokos." The room went quiet. Femi's hands clenched the armrest of Papa's chair, his jaw flexing. Sod looked at me like she had never seen me before. I blinked, frozen in place. I hadn't expected anything. But now, everything had changed. The house felt colder after that. Femi began moving strangely. He stopped eating in the same room with me. He started locking his door. My toiletries would go missing. One night, my bike's brake fluid disappeared. Then one afternoon, while buying akara near the house, I overheard our neighbor, Alhoja, whispering to her friend, that Popokos land don't blow. What over 200 million now? Femi no go gree give am up. That was when I realized what I had inherited wasn't just land. It was war. I tried to talk to Femi, explain that we could share it, do something together. But he just looked at me like a wound. "You think Papa gave you that land because you deserve it," he said. "You? The one hiding in shadows all his life." I stayed silent. What could I say? Every word felt like fuel on fire. I thought the worst was behind me, until I found the break-in attempt. Someone had tried to force my window open one night. I started sleeping with the lights on. Andup called me one day and said, "Ao, your brother is desperate. You need to be careful." Still, I didn't want to believe it. Femi was my brother. We used to share a single spoon of omla. We used to fight over radio stations. How could I think he'd want to harm me? Then came the night I heard him on the phone in the backyard. His voice was low, angry. "Make sure it looks like robbery. No noise. I know one story. That land must return to me." My stomach turned. I felt like vomiting. That night, I didn't sleep. I hid the original copy of the will in my Bible and texted my friend Tond, a police officer in Suralea. "If anything happens to me tonight, it's Femi," I typed with shaking hands. At exactly 3:15 a.m., a soft knock came. Then it got louder. "Ao, open. I want to talk to you." It was Femi. His voice was gentle, too gentle. I opened the door slowly. He smiled. "I made tea for us. Let's talk like brothers." His eyes darted too much. I followed him to the sitting room. The power was out. He lit a candle. I watched as he poured the tea. When he turned, I saw him slip something into my cup. My heartbeat tripled. I knocked the cup over deliberately. It spilled on the rug. "Oh, sorry, I said, faking a clumsy smile. Femi's face changed. The mask fell off. He stood up, slowly, like a shadow rising. "You think I'm stupid?" he hissed. "You think you can steal my inheritance and just walk around like a king?" He grabbed me by the shirt and slammed me into the wall. I fought back, my hands shaking. I shouted. Screamed. Neighbors banged the gate. The shouting brought them in. Femi bolted out of the back door. I collapsed in tears. The police caught him that same night, hiding in a bar in Shita. They found poison in the kitchen. Ton said if I had drunk that tea, I would have died before morning. I thought it was over. That I had survived the worst. But then, while searching Papa's old drawer for land papers, I found a torn envelope. Inside it was a letter addressed to someone named Boloji. It read, "I can't keep lying. Ayo is not Femi's brother. He is mine and Kaik's son. Femi must never know." The room spun. Kaik. My Aunt Kaik. Was that possible? Everything made sense now. Why Papa had always been distant. Why Mama cried in the kitchen when she thought no one was watching. I wasn't a real son. I was a secret child. I went to visit Femi in prison 1 week later. He looked thinner, like a balloon with no air. I placed the letter on the table. He read it slowly. His hands trembled. "You're not my brother," he whispered. I looked at him with tears in my eyes. "But I still loved you like one." He blinked. His lips quivered. "If you're not my brother," he said, leaning forward, "then I have no reason not to finish what I started." The guards pulled me away as he stood up, face dark with something I couldn't name. And that's how it ends. Not with forgiveness. But with a question. Was blood ever thicker than secrets? Or had I just been a guest in a family I never truly belonged to? I don't know. All I know is, I'm still breathing. But I don't sleep without the lights on. And sometimes, I still lock my door twice.